Ohayo gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbawa, guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Abend, guten Nacht, buenos dias, buenos noches, buenos tardes. Bonjour, bonsoir, bienvenue. Ahoy, akosamash, assalamu alaikum. Annyeong haseyo, hola, ole, oi, hola, mokare maka, jindobra. Kiora! What it do? Good morning, everyone! Early morning streaming. It's early, it's morning, it's streaming. It's not as early as we perhaps were before, but I did want to see my wife off to work today, so hey, that's what we do. How are you? I hope you're doing well as you watch this. If not live, but simply in the moment in which you're living, which is live for you. So think about that. Very rarely are we living life on replay, even if it seems like we are. It's probably a different day and probably a different moment for you. There's something philosophical and deep there that I'm not going to get into. But hey, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to play the video games. But as always, I'm going to try to put a little bit of bullshit up front because it seems like people join the stream a couple minutes after it starts. So I'll give it a minute or two, right? We'll aim for, like I said, traditionally I do about 10 minutes worth of bullshit. I might only have 5 minutes worth of bullshit in me. We'll just have to see exactly to what extent I have the capacity, the capability, the interest, the predilection, or the motivation, impulse, desire, impetus, joie de bullshit to continue on. Not a ton happening from my perspective relative to yesterday. We're just continuing to look at our plans to go on our next big vacation, going to Japan next year. So there's like a little bits of planning here and there, and it's not always like it's weird. It's sometimes it's not macro planning. It's like micro planning. It just becomes like these nuanced details that are somehow part of a bigger yet undefined thing, right? So we tend to typically, we've done this a few times. So we typically, what we wind up doing is like we nail down flights, right? When are we going in? When are we coming out? And to a lesser extent, where I'm not above flying into somewhere other than Tokyo, but it's hard. It's harder to get flights. It's more rare to get flights when it's not going to Tokyo. You just comes with it. You do get some in and out of Osaka. With Osaka being at the end of the day, that's my preferred city anyway. So Osaka is my town. But and then like even when it's like, okay, where are you landing in Narita? Or are you landing in a Haneda? Right. So Haneda is ostensibly it's close to being in Tokyo. Tokyo is a sprawling city. It's really multiple cities kind of tied into one, but it's kind of part of it, right? Like it's really close to everything. It's I think from Haneda to like Tokyo Station, which is like kind of the heart of the transit, it's only like 20 some minutes. It's not far. Or you can come into Narita, which I believe is the newer of the one, which is kind of the fuck out in Chiba. Like it's not as close. Where there's like an express train to bring you into Tokyo proper, and I want to say it's like closer to like 2 hours than anything else. Swings and roundabouts, right? There's pros and cons to both. So we'll be flying in Narita. It seems like we alternate. We did Narita the first time, then we did Haneda the second time. Now we're going back to Narita. It's just whatever flights seem the most reasonable, and then we decide, well, where the hell are we going in Japan? Now that we're in Japan, we know where we are to start. We know where we are to finish. We know we want to go see the sumo a little bit, so that helps inform some of those decisions. But then after that, it's like, okay, then where do we want to get like a hotel or want to renting an apartment for most of the time, and then you sort of build the trip out from there. So we've established and we have reserved the hotel. So we have flight in and we have a hotel. We have a place to kind of stay. We say a hotel, it's an apartment, right? You go to the Airbnb listings and you just sort of switch it by monthly apartment type stuff, and then hey presto. And in fact, if you do it that way, we wound up. It was $400 cheaper. We wound up. It's something weird. I have the math done somewhere. I could always surface if anyone actually cares. It wound up costing us like $800 US less to go 3 days longer, and that includes like, well, what are you gonna like daily expenses? Like calculating daily expenses into it. It was like a flat $1,100 cheaper to stay 3 days longer, to take a flight that was 3 days longer and to have the hotel for 3 days more, because the 1 month occupancy kicks in after 30 days, and it shaved like $500 off of the hotel. So even if we wind up checking out early, we'd just book it for the month. Even if we wind up staying 27 days, and then it was a cheaper flight going out. So it was cheaper for us to stay longer. So now I got to start to get moving into the, okay, we used to be, you'd get the JR Rail Pass, which would be a pass that would cover all of Japan. You could just ride the trains everywhere for 7 days. Those have become like prohibitively expensive. Like they're no longer a good deal. So I'm looking at all these sort of regional passes and the sort of between like the Kansai Pass, or the Hordiki Arch Pass, and all these different passes. And where can I get you where you want to go? Because we don't just want to stay in Tokyo. We like to set out and look at other stuff. So that's part of what we wound up doing yesterday, was a little bit of that and trying to get back into my lessons, and switching from like tutors to like formal like Japanese instructional classes. So like what does that take my placement exam? Oh, what's your level? Beginner. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it fucking is. I think that test was harder than it had to be because it was all in hiragana. So it's basically like all in phonetics. And it's real hard to get the context. For me, it's hard to get the context on stuff sometimes when it's all phonetic. I'm like, I can't read a lot of kanji, the more complicated characters. But that really makes Japanese easier to consume, right? Because it becomes less about like, where does one word start and it's like taking English and running it all together with no spaces between the words, right? If you're really good at English, yeah, you can look at it and pick it up. But like, if you're just, wait, is this a word? And there's no capital letters. And you're just kind of like, is that a word? Okay, that's the letter I, but is it part of a word, or is that I as in me, the subject? It's kind of like that. So I probably would have done better, but I probably would have wanted to do beginner anyways, just to make life easier, and let's start from scratch, and I keep on that. And yeah, we're just kind of eyeballing that stuff. So nothing really all that interesting or exciting, realistically, nothing to report. But yeah, that's sort of what we got going on. But that's not what I got going on right this second. See, that was genuine bullshit. Nothing even interesting to talk about. We are here today with UFO 50, which I guess I could just go back to the library, and look at the games here together before we hop into this here pilot's quest. When we last left off, we played these 5 games over here, which were Hyper Contender, which was kind of a Smash Brothers like, devolved into retro. Valbrace, which is a really cool first-person RPG dungeon exploring game. Cross Punch-Out? With some like really good nimble controls and attack, very responsive. Rakshasa, which is again, I'll just say Indian. I don't know if it's actually Indian. I think it's Indian. As everything falls on the floor, I think it's actually Indian. Thematically, all the wires get crossed up each other. I think it's thematically an Indian style Karnov platformer, jump around attack, Russian attack, not Contra. Right, it's definitively not Contra, and it's also not Shinobi and a lot of other games. Star Vosphere, which is a caravan, I guess it's not the Star Soldier style shooter, doesn't have a caravan mode. That is kind of reminiscent of like those top-down vertical shoot 'em up games. And then Grimstone, which seems like a sort of a traditional 8-bit Japanese style RPG game that you maybe see as like a Final Fantasy or a Dragon Quest, but it has a Wild West theme. All of them pretty cool. With Valbrace being the thing I think I enjoyed the most, and Grimstone being something I'd want to spend the most amount of time with, but it just would be kind of time consuming. And in between all of the games we've been playing, we've been dropping in on Pilot Quest, which is the called an idle game. It's the game where it runs in the background and you accumulate assets. So it's not necessarily something you do actively. And then what I had done is let it run throughout the day yesterday, periodically checking in on it. As you accumulate assets, you kind of cap out. And then I'd spend and reallocate them just to get it to generate more assets. So I don't remember exactly where we are with all of our caps before, But I now have us producing the maximum amount of moon drops possible from the Gumma tree, right? So the Gumma tree is producing all the moon drops per second we can get. The silos are fully upgraded, right? So they can hold the most. So now we have 12,500 moon drops maximum. And our little indentured frienditudes here, they've made for us 1,250 moon ingots. And I've converted as many moon drops as I could into meat, so we have 250 meat. And our spider bro here has made us 250 of his spider silk. So all we have left is that middle 240, which is our liquid science, right? Which is mostly guarna, is my understanding, in order to get to this stamina pill. In theory, we could also try to do our wizard yo-yo if we felt stronger about that. But I don't know that we have enough to get to 500 science. That might take some time. So we're gonna sit here and crack out our wizard pill. Excuse me, stamina pill. In order to do that, we need to make 60 more science, right? And we can do that by doing 100 moon ingots and 220 science. So we'll do it 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3, right? Now we have... Oh. One more time. I'm going to get it. Enough to get the stamina pill. So I have no idea what the stamina pill is going to do. But let's get into it. Now all your friends will make ingots a bit faster. Kind of, all things told, kind of disappointing. Because that, ooh. That wasn't, what was it? Brain, side effects include dizziness and brain worms. Great! I like how we reference that. Some RFK Jr. coming out in here. But yeah, we're going to let this kind of periodically check back in. We'll let it run in the meantime. Spider is not going to make any spider silk unless we take some of these dudes off of production and dedicate them to speaking or singing. Again, I'm still waking up. Alright, so half the dudes are making ingots. The other half are going to be convincing this dude to make spider silk. With us having an ultimate goal of now getting to 500 science. So, it'll be tough, but we'll get there. There is another part of the game where that meat is used for, which is we head out into the wilderness here and explore and find shit that we can bring back to camp. There are definitely ship parts out there. That's something we know. We found a ship part before. The meat acts as health/time out in the wilds. So yeah, last we left off, we went up this immediate corridor and blasted a dude, and we got E out of it. I don't think we ever figured out what E was. We went due hard east before. I'm not going to engage these dudes because I don't... Unless I got to fight some dude, I'm not going to worry about it. Because they're not going to drop anything we actually care about. We care about getting new stuff for our ships, not any resources these guys might or might not drop. Right, these Zoldanks, those are alright, but I don't know what those do. But everything else that they seem to drop is shit that we get on our own. Right? They'll drop moon drops. I don't need you to drop moon drops. They drop ingots. My dudes are out here making ingots just fine. I don't need your ingots. But they drop meat. Again, we don't need meat. We'll take it, but we don't need it. Yeah, those moon drops, we're not even going to bother to pick them up. Alright, I think we did this part entirely, if memory serves. We go through this little tunnel here? Nope, that's not a tunnel. I assume we've been in this cave, right? I don't quite remember. Yeah, we went through here. This is where we found our one ship part. Is there more east that we can go then? More east and then more northeast? Doesn't seem like it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so overall, when I last stopped thinking about this game, this reminds me a little bit of Fester's Quest. There's different, like, licensed games for the NES that kind of played like this. What's your story? I want to give my friend a letter, but I'm shy. Can you bring it to him? Yes. Oh, thank you. Here's the letter. But who the fuck's your friend? So presumably... That's bullshit. Presumably we run this to the other side of the map. Is my guess. I'm guessing it's not... like, going to be directly over here. There are other dudes in caves, what is like that guy. I'm obviously not overly worried or concerned about getting a hit here. We have so much fucking time that it's not really a problem for us. Alright. But yeah, it seems like we're at the part of the game where it's now about grinding out, like, whatever the last vestiges of content out of this game, right? What are all the different places we can go and explore in this outer area? Because we're already at maximum production from, like, a resource stance. Like, we are generating fucking moondrops and ingots and shit around the clock, with no problem. The science is a bit of our choke point because we have to convert the ingots into science, so that's kind of like, eh. So this dude has a couple of chests, right? But he's probably not the friend. Yep. Or is this our sister? It looks a little bit like, apparently in the, was it, the Campanella 2, this dude, his sister comes into the fray. So it almost looks like sister. And there should be, that's a teleporter, but we can't do anything with that. And if we made our way all the way up here, I think there's a dude in a cave, right? Is he the one who's supposed to get the letter? No. Sure. Alright, and that's the fucking guess game, so he's not what we want. I'm pretty close to, like, looking up a fact for this game, because it's just kind of... We definitely went all the way up here, and we did spider area, because we made friends with the spider dude. We've been through here before. Because otherwise, this has just become very grindy. And not necessarily, like lots of dead ends. It's not overly interesting to explore this sort of top-down map. Alright, so maybe if we just keep... Nope, we can't keep going north. Right, and this thing still doesn't make sense. Maybe one side of a teleporter, but not the other. What good is that going to do us? And I don't think there's anything too far down here, right? There was the gear was here originally. We picked the gear up. And the gear is what let us help make science back at camp. Right, and so like we're just sort of like wandering now at this point. Is that a cave? I don't remember. If we could figure out where to deliver this letter, that maybe something interesting would happen, but... You know. Who's to say? Here. Is this your buddy? Oh, thank you. Please take this funny thing. I found it during a walk. Oh, no. Alright, so now we got a gun. Great. I don't know what we need it for. Again, these dudes don't drop shit that I killed this dude for once, maybe? The main benefit? Yeah, I'm real close to looking up a fact for it. I just... It's not an overly interesting thing to explore. Are these wasteland type things? It's just not. And it would help if I knew where the kind of like where the demarcations are, like where the important areas are, right? Like this is where one of the bosses lives, and then we could sort of skill up or get ready for a boss. You keep everything you collected. Your friend made 21 moon gets spun 15 silk, right? So, and then this thing is what? Soldathium blunderbuss, great for hunting in the wild, so right, so. I don't want to be like, who cares, but it is more or less what I feel like. Because we need 2 more ship parts. God knows where they are. So let's convert all of our moon ingots, excuse me, our moon drops into moon ingots, and we'll head out. And play other games. Alright. Yes. 7. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. We don't have enough to convert into 8 science, whatever the amount of science is. Alright. Nope. Alright. One more. Alright, so all of our moon drops have been converted into ingots, all of our ingots have been converted into science, and all of our science is just sort of sitting there waiting for us to get more science. There we go. So that's going to run in the background. In the meantime, to distract us, the other 4 games we have to play are Lords of Disconia, Night Manor, Alphazar's Hat, and Mini and Max. Lords of Disconia is a strategy game. War has come to the land of discs, and red and blue armies are on a collision course. Launch disc camera mode. This is the one I think I've seen in creating the design director KC Levin, inspired by Karam, a tabletop game from India. Yeah, I think this was the one I saw that reminds me a little bit of... What is that? How's that game? Monster Clash? What the fuck is it called? But it's a cell phone game where you smash these like fucking discs into each other. That's going to drive me nuts though. Now, what is it? Monster Strike, I think is what I'm thinking of. Monster Strike. This looks a little bit like Monster Strike? Lords of Disconia. What more can I say? Alright. I guess story mode. When in doubt, the narrow pass. Yep. Click on all the options you present to me. Here we've picked up this sprite. It's a good looking sprite. Your queen demands your help. Blue Raiders are harassing a key mountain pass and must be dealt with. Prove yourself and, more important, tasks await. Okay, great. Oh, we love overworld maps in this collection. Like, in a way that you don't normally have. Found a cache of gold. Hired knight. Champion. Hired champion. Champion. Knight. Champion. Rat. Rat. We're going to try and overwhelm them with numbers. Right? That's going to be the initial plan here. A battle occurs! Watch the rats be a bad idea. Alright, so these are our discs. Rat. Knight, rat. And then I guess we fire the rat at this house. Fire it at the house. I don't... why? To what end? Right, that's what... Oh, they're the enemies over here. Well, shit, now he's fucking dead. So we take 2 turns each? Is that... So we hit him, we don't take any damage. If I clash them into each other, do they... Well, that doesn't happen. Do they take any damage? And it seems like they're making a beeline for that gold, so should I send one of the rats after the gold? Alright, so yeah, hitting into dudes again is un bueno. Okay. Picking up this gold. How many times do we get to go, though? That's what I'm not clear on. We went 3 times that time. What controls the number of times you can fire your rat? Dun, 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 dun. Just in this general direction, I guess, is where we're headed towards, right? Like... I mean, conceptually, I get what I'm doing, but I don't have any inkling of why I'd want to do it, or, like, anything. So we got a healthy as fuck rat right now. Now what? So that dude died from the power of rat. I mean, what determines how many times we get to go? Right? Like, why does that do 2 damage instead of 1? And now when so not all these dudes can go, because I guess that rat just went, he can't go now. Like, I am hyper not following. If there's any of the nuance that there appears to be, I don't know what it is. I guess I go twice and that's it. And now they go 2 or 3 times. It's hard to say exactly how many times they go. So he hits me, I take 2 damage. I hit him, he takes 1 damage. Okay. So this rat's almost dead. I guess I might as well pick up this gold. Or does it only matter if we live? Right? Like, I don't know. Ask me anything. I'm not... Yeah, I'm not... Hitting dudes into dudes seems like a good move if you can pull it off. Or the controls again? Launch camera mode. I guess, okay, maybe I should use the camera a little bit more to pilot around and see where dudes are and not just fire blindly when I don't know. Okay, hey, yeah, hey, here's your map. Cool. I like how I spent all my money and got only a couple rats, and he got a shitload of stuff. Take this dude out with my rat! Get fucked! And the rat's not gonna do a ton to that dude, so... Hit him once. And then hit him again. The rats are overrunning. And I think that dude's just gonna wipe us out, right? Like, I don't think we have a good card counter to him. He's just gonna... Right? He's just gonna tear us apart. Because he just hits for so much fucking damage. And then they're gonna come over and kill the rat, and that'll be it. Right? Like, that's gonna be the game. Now, I don't know if that's the end of the game, or it's just like, ah, you need to get better, or I don't know. But I don't see a timeline where I can hit these dudes 6 times before they hit me once. Right? I don't know how you could position the pieces to make that a possibility. Alright, now he's just gonna smash into me and that's gonna be it, right? Unless they can't slide that far, but I know they can. And that's it. He just had more troops or better troops than I did. Like, it's very simple. Because he had like 3... I could afford like 4 rats, right? Like, that was it. He had a shitload of these dudes, of like... troop-ass troops. And I was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. Try this again. Alright, because watch. He has, what, 1 champion and 1 knight. Alright, and that's it. That's it for his troops. Hit him back towards his other dude, I guess, is ideal. Because him keeping your guys sort of grouped up is bad because he's gonna... I don't know. I'll take 4 damage. Jesus Christ. I don't know. This game is slightly inscrutable, but also like inscrutable in a way where like I kind of don't care to scrutinize it. It seems like it is... Initially, it seems like it's all idea and not execution, right? Wouldn't be cool if we made Karum, or Crocoknuckle, but they were soldiers with power. It's like, yeah, but what if it was fun? Did that question get asked? Not like, what if we did it? Fuck. See if I can graze him and head in that direction. Nope. Kick off with this and then hit the other dude. Nope, hit my dude. I guess there's an element of, hey, don't leave any of the gold on the battlefield. So if this one soldier survives, which he won't, send someone down there to start picking up the gold? Maybe. Assume that we're gonna win here. And don't leave any of the gold behind. Paperweight! Hey, good morning, Paperweight. How are you today? Long time no see. Having seen you yesterday. What's new and exciting? Oh, God. Are you done streaming today? Or are you streaming later today? Do you have like an altered piano lesson? Because normally at this time of day, you would be deep into streaming. You win the battle. This is minimally interesting. Right, what about me? Can I hire more people? If I can't hire, this is pointless. So he's gonna hire a bunch of people, and now he's gonna fucking. This is endless. Like I can't reinforce. This is stupid. I have nothing more to say to it, and this is dumb. That's a bad game. That's very much. I had no piano list, but I had Tristan's born, so I couldn't start earlier. Sorry to hear that. This is very much an example of we need to get Jeff Goldblum in here thinking about, covering, they only thought about could they do it, not should they do it. It's not fun. I mean, like, they're not all going to be winners, and I get everyone has their own personal takes on stuff, but like that seems like that's a pointless back and forth that's going to lead nowhere. It just becomes a question of like, hey, when do you ultimately miss a shot? And side note, the computer is never going to miss a shot unless it's programmed to miss it. So, no, thank you. Night Manor, adventure, puzzle, trapped in a nightmare where you must use your wits to survive and escape. An adventure, a puzzle game. Confirm, toggle, look between. September 1988, our only game to require a warning text in the first game, directed by longtime designer Greg Milk. Paperweight, are you planning on streaming later on today at all, or are you calling it a late day? You probably shouldn't have left the party angry. You shouldn't have stopped playing Dystonia angry. Amy is out of line, but again, she's been going through a lot. Wait, what is that? Was ist das? Night Manor. This game contains scenes of horror and dread. Player discretion is advised. Noted. Where am I? You mutter as you wake up in a strange room. The last thing you remember is driving your car. And then you hit something in the road. Disoriented, you try to make sense of your new surroundings by speaking really slow. Bathroom lights fixed. I can finally shower in the evening without having to guess what bottle I've just picked up. Controversial. I quite like showering in the dark. That's something my wife has, had to come to grips with me, and I think that's something that threw her off initially. I don't. It's not like I go into the bathroom when the lights are on and I turn them off to hop in the shower. But if for whatever reason, if I just kind of find myself in the shower and the lights aren't on, I'm not going to go turn them on. I have really good, like, low light vision, like night vision. I don't know why that is, but I have good low light vision. I can usually pick stuff out pretty easily. And most of the bottles I would have, like, my shampoo is a different shape than the conditioner, and like my body wash is a completely different shape than like the shaving stuff. So like it'd be easy for me to figure out. But yeah, man, like I'll, and that's kind of what I picked up. I think I got that from like showering during the day, and the shower was kind of on the darker side, as bathrooms often are. They don't typically have a lot of open. Your shower, most people places I have, shower doesn't have like a lot of light coming in. There's usually a curtain there, or I guess glass. There are glass ones. We did have glass, but yeah, I don't mind showering in the dark. That's what I think. Initially, what does this look like? This is a point and click adventure. With this type of interface, you got your Maniac Mansion. Well, not from this perspective. This interface. What do you get? Maniac Mansion. From this perspective, Deja Vu, Shadowgate. I referenced those the other day. We got the spoon that we're gonna pick up or look at. The spoon. A simple metal spoon with a flat handle. There appears to be bite marks all over it. And then a bowl. Empty ceramic bowl. Smells like old dog food. And then these scratches over here. The small and dingy storage room has been repurposed to a holding cell. Years of dirt and grime cling to the walls. This is the aforementioned dirt. Oxidized metal vent. Bloody mattress. You shut out realization that you were just curled up in this ragged mattress moments ago. Alright, let's check out the light. Single bulb casts a yellowish light across the room. It flickers as though it could go out at any moment. This small, what about this? This hatch appears to be a closed trap door. The ceiling is just out of reach. Alright, so what are our controls again? Can we pick stuff up, confirm, toggle between look and use? Alright, so use, take the spoon, take the bowl. Can we pull the mattress out? Nope. Door presumably is, yep, door's locked. Can we use the spoon on the grate? Like a modified screwdriver. Sure can. And in there we find a piece of paper and a hairpin holding it together. Read the paper, shall we? Lost his mind. Why? And then the paperclip, hairpin, hairpin, use that in the door, as all video games will tell you to do. You stick the hairpin in the lock and wiggle it around. The hairpin becomes stuck, but you hear the lock open. So, okay, so that's a one and done with our hairpin. A hallway stretches out before you, with a staircase at the end. Pale moonlight shines in from the door to your left. What's this blue door? Blue door is a bathroom. Simple tiled floor bathroom. It looks very much like Maniac Mansion from her. If we pull it back and Aunt Edna is behind the shower, that'll tell you everything you need to know. Kind of, not this perspective, right? Maniac Mansion, you see the characters, but Maniac Mansion-esque. Examine! The mummified corpse and tub is encrusted with mold and fungus. Ooh. But we want that ring, though. There's an ornate insignia ring on the mummy's finger. As you might, you have no success in removing the ring. It seems fused to use the spoon on the ring. My ass. There's no way you can't use a spoon to get a finger off a corpse. I refuse to believe it. Can we break the bowl and then... Yeah. Got it. Can we break the bowl and use it to kind of cut? Smash it? No. Slimy black sludge clings to the inside of this otherwise ordinary toilet. Ooh. Well. Toilet flushes loudly, as well it should. The sink is nearly overflowing with putrid brown water. Really, you don't want to put your hand in that foul water. Oh, I'm not going to put my hand in. I'm going to open a medicine cabinet. Inside, you find a pair of tweezers. Can we use the tweezers to get the ring off the finger, he asks. The edge of the tweezers keeps slipping off the hand. Oh, keeps slipping off the hand of the mummy. It's hard to find a good angle. Okay. So probably going to be something we get in another room is going to help us in this room. And vice versa. So this is your mushroom room, apparently. Knob turns with door won't budge. Something is blocking from the other side. You can see all the myconids coming through here. The wood of the door appears to be infested with some kind of fungus. There are mushrooms growing out of it. Is this the door we came out of? It is not. Bedroom appears to have a common amenities, but nothing too specific, indicating that it would possibly be a guest room. Wait, what's that? You take journal entry 2. May the 27th, 1987. Things have been tense with Cheryl since losing my job at the firm. I had to calmly explain to her that our financial situation is not in jeopardy and that she can continue working on her fashion design projects without having to worry about anything. I'm still pretty irritated, so I think I'm going to try a cup of that relaxation tea now. The relaxation tea. Is it going to be like mushroom tea and that's what happened? Did he get into adaptogenics and now we're now this horror is unleashed on us all? Small ornate jewelry box. And a oval lock on the front. Probably maybe the signet ring might open the jewelry box is my guess. Buried among the towels and clothing in a drawer you find some batteries that might come in handy. Sure might. You get uneasy looking at your reflection, which seems to distort your features in the low light of the room. Thunder strikes! Rustic, the drawers are all closed. Well, let's address that. You open a drawer and notice various reading materials. Among them is a page that looks like it's torn out of a journal. Right, so that's page number 5 of the journal. August 2nd, 87. I spent the past few days sick and in bed, some kind of flu, headache, nausea, etc. Today I was finally able to hold down some solid food. Funnily enough, my symptoms seemed to disappear at the moment. I had some of that tea that my therapist gave me. She didn't mention anything about it being a flu cure, but I'd like to believe that it helped. Fly cure. Open the closet. Body fall out? No. A single hook is hanging. Okay, so now we're straight up clock towering. All right, we're getting into the clock tower. Simple yet sturdy metal hook off about 4 inches long. You hope that the reddish brown stains at the tip are only rust. They're not. They're not. Let's check out Chuck the plant here. Decorative house plant that died some time ago and leaves remain clung to it are dry and brittle. What's in it? Nothing. Painting. Bed. Alright, look under the bed. I'm not trying to look under it. Okay, turn on the light. Alright. Garbage can. Your hands are sticky. Alright, so we can't open this. Pull open the curtains. I guess that's perhaps everything in the room. Might be more. There's no way to open the stand. It looks like a drawer. It's just decorative knob. Decorative photo, but 2 photographs of 2 Fred children. Okay, a portrait of a woman. I guess this is the room we came at. Is this the room we came out of? What room did we come out of? I guess behind us. Here's the living room. Fireplace is football-shaped object of cloth tied to a cord. Whatever is being held, it's too big and heavy to be carried around. Now, with that attitude, it's not. Take the matches. When in doubt, look at the Keaton family up here. Right, is Alex P. Keaton here? No, portrait of a couple and their children. They seem happy. Almost looks like was it Dad from Webster? Alex Karras. Alex Karras. It's the jaw, but I get Webster vibes from this. Take the metal hook to the photo. Slash it up. Burn it. Alright, so as far as the game is concerned, it seems somewhat interesting so far. This try to like maybe with a way to make it more flammable. This seems like a game that's going to have a long tail to it. Take journal entry number 1. My therapist suggested I keep a journal and write down anything that causes me stress, whether it's minor annoyance or a major one. She said it would be an excellent tool to identify and manage daily stressors. She'll send me home with a tea that said to improve my relaxation. What do I have to lose? So here's my first journal entry. Yeah, I mean, like it's going to be something about the mushroom tea, right? It's a mushroom tea, and that's what did it to him. Move among the cushions, reveal a few coins and a balls of lint where the cushions once were. So the balls of lint would be useful to help start a fire. Turn on TV illuminates the room with static. 4 TV flashes goes off the pop. Pop, 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 pop. Find a picture, it's nothing but cobwebs. All right, we'll explore a little bit. I feel like this is the game, right? Like this is... There's not a lot to say about this game other than this is going to be a first-person adventure, like a point-and-click traditional PC adventure, right? A la any number of things, you know, but in this format, Shadowgate, Deja Vu, right? Like those are what I think of. I like the idea of it being a horror game. To my mind, the horror games started up more in the 16-bit era, right? With, like I said, the Clock Tower, or alluded to the Clock Tower. And then Alone in the Dark definitely was one of the first horror games. And that would probably have been... If you told me that was an 87, 88 type PC game, I'd buy it. I could see that being the case. But yeah, it just becomes a question of, like, are there any twists and turns to the game design or the game mechanic, or is it mostly like a straightforward one of these? Not there's anything wrong with this. It seems interesting. Like, it's going to be fun to play on Halloween. Today I was in the sunroom enjoying a cup of that tea in a unique musky aroma that really started to grow on me. Sadly, my piece ended when I noticed that the kids had gotten handprints all over the glass. We could only afford to have the housekeeper here once a week. I guess I'm the one who's stuck cleaning it up. Yeah, kids will do that to you. The candelabra each has dusty candles never been lit. All right, we'll grab the candles. You have no use for the candelabra, but we have use for the candles. Like, you ain't got a fucking candle. Am I overthinking this here? Touching leaves at a plant confirms it is indeed artificial. The china cabinet is tightly sealed. You don't even see a way of opening it. Appears to be modern art is faintly lit. Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's going to be exploring this house with this thing in the corner. You notice is the foul smell, but then you realize there's someone else in here with you. Yeah, him. I'm just gonna grab this knife real quick. No, God, no! He turns and suddenly raising a very large cleaver in his hand, you begin to tremble in fear. Grab the knife. Now is not the time for that. Now is not the time for what? Grabbing the knife? Grab his knife. I get that I'm trembling. The trembling is fun and all. Run away? Is this the game design twist? Is now all of a sudden... It's hard to move the joystick? Like, I'm not the one actually... With your heart pounding your chest, you duck behind the curtains and cover your mouth, hoping to hide. This is breathing. Alright, so there's some gameplay mechanic here. Glad I waited for this a second or two. Slightly different. I assume that's what this is. This is inhale and exhale, right? Narrow. Narrow! Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. So I fucked... Because you fuck up the QTE, you must have given yourself away. So there's like quick time events. Shriek. An intense pain consumes you, and you wonder what you did to deserve such a horrible end. You fell to the ground in a pool of blood. And then wake up in a... Was it just a nightmare? But we have all the stuff we have, so we just get put back. Again, very Maniac Mansion-y. The game's not over, you just kind of get reset or relocated. Then I guess it'd become a question of, like... Are all the encounters going to be like that, where it's like a quick time event? Or is... Was I close to finishing next? I feel like I barely fucked up the last one, and that really threw me off for the final one. Take the knife. Examine a knife. Like, do we maybe fight back at some point in time, right? Refrigerator, cans of dog food, and rotting meat. You close the door. Yep. What about the freezer? Freezer sealed with blocks of solid ice. Cold, so you close the door. Okay. Cabinets. Captain cabinets, trapped in cabinets. Can he get out? Will he get out? Of course he will. Just open all the cabinets. Bottle of drain cleaner. Aside from some crusty silverware, there's an empty jar of Moldoc tea. Alright, so what's the story on the drain cleaner? Capable of dissolving through the toughest clogs according to the label. So we could unclog the drain with that in the bathroom, right? So that's probably a solution. So let's view it as a puzzle and a solution, and then we'll feel like we have a good idea of what this game is. Right? Use the drain cleaner on the clogged drain. Yep. Moments later, the foul water sucked down. And so now something's in the drain. Yes. What is in the drain? Trying to shiny object drain, but your fingers are too big to fit in a small opening. So use the tweezers on our clean drain. Alright, and you pluck a silver key from the drain, but lose the tweezers in the process. Alright, so that's... My initial gut instinct was, man... But in retrospect, if it's genuinely like this item is no longer useful for the duration of the game, yeah, get rid of it. A silver key fits perfectly into the jewelry box and opens the click. Inside is a single brass key. So, right, you know, we take the brass key. The cylindrical key with a flat handle that it looks like a type of key we use to. Yeah, I say that's a wind-up key. That's not like a room key. That's like a skate key or something like that. But okay, that seems to be Night Manor, right? It's a first-person point-and-click adventure. There seems to be some sort of QTE, quick-time event type thing when you run into bad guys. But yeah, it's a puzzle to solve in a 8-bit milieu. Let's hop back into Pilot Quest and see what's going on with our pilots. How are we on our acquisition of materials? 8,308, an embarrassment of moondrops. 102 ingots. Unexpected twists with the mushroom money monster. Yeah, I think I feel like as far as a narrative conceit, a narrative fiction, like we've as society have embraced fungi as a good cause of zombification, right? That seems like it's, you know, The Last of Us had a lot to do with that, obviously. But yeah, we're just sort of we're on board with like, hey, that's of the things that's gonna make us zombies. Mushrooms, which I get. Let's make some ingots. And then we use the ingots to make science. So we need like 500 science, don't we? That's going to be our real limiter here is the amount of science we got. Very nostalgic. It is. It does remind me of like old PC games in a good way. Definitely Maniac Mansion asks, maybe the original Indiana Jones. Yes, I was thinking as well. A lot of the LucasArts games, although those tend to be like you could see the character, Monkey Island, love Monkey Island, you could see the character. It is very much get item A to solve problem C, right? Which will give you item B, which solves problem Q, and you kind of assemble it that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a game type. Wizard Yo-Yo. We're at 200 spider silk, so we don't need any more spider silk. We could put all of our indentured frienditudes back into making ingots, because now we need ingots to get to Wizard Yo-Yo. Ingots to get the science to get the Wizard Yo-Yo. Them singing to this dude to make more spider silk is pointless. We don't need spider silk. I always prefer the point and click after Dev's abandoned. You could die mechanic. Yes. That type of story. Again, I don't want to come up with something other than longitudinal, but like when there's a very long tail to it, and it's like, hey, this game is going to take you hours to finish. Dying in the middle of it and having to start over is fucking beat, right? Especially if it's not an execution thing, it's a knowledge thing, right? Like that one, the QTE, you could argue like, well, okay, well, if you're not good enough to hit it, then you need practice to get better at it, so keep trying over and over again. But if it's just like you didn't know, don't put the hamster in the microwave. You just didn't know that. Dying to progress is never fun. Ever play Legends of Kyrandia? I haven't. I'm not familiar with Legends of Kyrandia. Dying to progress is never fun. It's rarely fun. I'll stipulate it's rarely fun. When done properly, some of the roguelikes where... How do I want to phrase that? I guess that's what I'm saying. Where, like, you're like, hey, you run out, oh, and you got all the stuff, and you get something for it. So you going out and losing is not in vain. You come back and you have a little bit more power to start. That's okay. I don't mind that quite so much. All right, let's hop out of and let them accumulate stuff, and then maybe by the time the stream starts to wrap up, we'll have enough to get the wizard gear and see what that's like. There's a cave exploration in LOK where you basically had to save and then guess where to go. That sounds bad. Yeah, I don't like that. Alphazar's hat. I didn't even double check to see what type of game was this. Was Alphazar's hat? Alphazar's hat. What were the controls? That'll tell us a lot. Dash and shoot. Well then. Alphazar's hat. Ladies and gentlemen, the great magician Alphazar. Alphazar? Alphazar? Is he like Alphazar? Am I doing this wrong? Is it? Maybe we can break free if you can reach the saw. I didn't mean to skip it. What do we got going? Is this a cute 'em up? Is this like an Ikari Warriors, Rambo come, POW? Like, is this? It's one of these games. Is this like a magical cute 'em up overhead? Like, are we gonna get in a tank here? Jackal, this style of top-down shooter. This is great. I wasn't anticipating this. Shot A. And you have the directionality. This is POW. Right? This is straight up POW. All you need is the 8-direction joystick. This is great. Thematically, I'm in love with this. I did not guess this at all. Gunsmoke, it's all like Gunsmoke on the NES as well, where it's kind of like a locked perspective. Maybe Gunsmoke is a more accurate description of this. But yeah. Oh, Asura, the other one. What was the one where you played as Buddhist monks or something like that? And the cards you pick up. LOK had a good story and good music, in your opinion. Yeah, it's sometimes game developers get in their own way, it seems. This is unexpected. This is the video game mashup shit I was looking for. This is good. Getting this style of game, which you would normally expect to be like Vietnam or like World War II, right? Possibly Wild West, and instead giving it a different thematic styling. I'm happy with this. This is fun. I like fun. I'm a big fan of fun. Always have been. Been advocating it for years. Some people are anti-fun. Not me, man. I am into fun. And I guess the cards you pick up determine, like, what the power-ups do. So, like, I don't know. I'm going to try to get all moons. I'll see if I can make that happen. What's a 3-moon... You can fall down... You can fall down pit. Didn't expect that. What's a 3-moon power-up look like? I already lost my moon, though. Shit, there's my second moon. But now my first moon. Dun, dun, dun. I haven't used the dash to any effect yet. I can't tell if that's an attack or an evasion. We're going to try to be all moon all the time here. Some interesting slowdown in the audio. Moon. Moon, moon, moon. Howard Moon, former male prostitute. Alright. Alright, 3 moons does what? Shot B. Did it actually matter? Alright, get 3 of the stars. What will that do? Thanks to Isaac, I recognize the brimstone card and what it does. I want to know what it does. Alright, I'll see if I can pick up the brimstone. Oh god. He's gonna heal me, maybe? Bomb B. This is highly interesting. And I realize it's just taking a game formula and like reskinning it. But that said, I'm not an exhaustive encyclopedia of video games, but I know a lot of shit. This is uncharted. No one's done this to my recollection. All right. Sorry, that was the Isaac one. I apparently scrolled past it. So we'll try to get that brim. Sulfur. I think that's the symbol for sulfur, isn't it? Right? The alchemical sulfur. A lot of Kirby-ass sounds. Right? This sounds like a Kirby game. Magical chase sounding, maybe? Am I imagining that? But the only shoot-em-ups I can think that are kind of like this, where it's not like a militaristic, is Twinkle Star Sprites for the Neo Geo, right? Which was kind of a shoot-em-up where you play it as like witches. But that's a shoot-up. That's a puzzle shoot-em-up. That's its own unique thing. It's really a puzzle game that you accomplish the puzzle by shooting bullets. Life Up. The answer to your question is Life Up. That is a Life Up. So by itself, it's its own thing. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I'd want to drop these bombs. Shield A sounds good, though. Fuck you and the goat ass. Get that life up. Oh, god damn it! The slowdown is interesting. I don't know if that's like an intentional choice or if it actually is struggling on anything. Just curious. Yeah, I'm Bomb B. Oh. Alright, so the bombs only come when I spin. Super cool. Oh, fuck you. Get that brim. Will that help? Will that always be life up? 2 brims and a option A. Oh, this game is good. I'm into this game. There is a lot going on here, and I am enjoying this. I am not very good at it, which is typical for shoot 'em like shmups. I tend to not be very good at those games. But this is not Isaac-y with the way the different things are combining and you're getting like different powers. It is not like that, just from a kind of random perspective of now we have an option and we have the shot A and we have bombs and it's cool. I guess you gotta figure out how to properly affect with the bombs. Like what is the way you should be using bombs? And what are the combos that pay out and are worth something here? Josie! I'm just gonna try hard mode here and see if we can focus a little. But this is not... Fuck you. This is not The Binding of Isaac. Game over! Not what I expected at all getting into that game. Not even a little bit. Okay, arcade shooter. The definition of success is to defeat Alvazar. Earn a continue in the bonus round. I didn't really look at these. What's our definition of success? Defeat all 10 scenarios. Beat level 5 in the campaign, okay? And then it is, I assume, beat the game, escape the manor, and escape the killer. Okay, so if we had done that first quick time event properly, we would got the garden item. And Alphazar's hat. That's fun. That's cool. I like that. That's refreshing. Yeah, I kind of lumped that together with like Grimstone And maybe what else? I might say I don't want to get Rail Heist again. I don't want to get too formulaic here. But maybe Rock on Island. I know they're close to each other. I was just like a fun thematic. Yeah, that's a game style that exists, but I don't think anyone's done it in this manner before, and that's pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. So we got Minnie and Max, which are an adventure platform. Minnie and her dog Max are locked in the storage room. Harness the magic of shrinking to escape. Pick up, jump, shrink, grow. All right, I'll forget that immediately, but let's hop back in here and see what the story is with this game. Minnie and Max. UFO Soft. New game. 1989, by the way. We're now well and truly in 1989. And like, look at the graphics. If you compare this to like Ninpeki or the first Barbuta, right? It's fun to see exactly how far they've pushed this kind of virtual hardware. It's neat. I like that. That's another thing that's nice. This is obviously, like, at least to me, honestly, almost an homage to the, like, where they do, like, the kind of, like, the selected works of fill-in-the-blank game developer, right? Like, Taito Best Collection, or, you know, the Atari 50, which I haven't played yet, which I will, where you get to kind of see, like, sometimes it's the same hardware, and over time, the way they've developed the games, like, oh, they really learn how to maximize and use this hardware very well, so that's kind of cool. You can stay in a storage room tonight. But why? There's nothing to do in here. Because Mom isn't here and I'm in charge, that's why. That's some good 1987 Big Sister energy. Every time I drop in, I get more reason to finally play the game. Definitely some fun titles in here. I do recommend it. I am enjoying it. Like, look, I'll be the first to say, like, some of these games are kind of like, meh. A couple of them I really enjoyed. To the point where, like, a handful of them, like, man, I wish that they had really fleshed this out even more. Like, I'm enjoying this to the point where I wish this wasn't 1 of 50. I wish they had put like a lot of attention into it. But I don't know. I don't think for any of these games I haven't seen the conclusion of it. So I don't know how deep they go. Or they might be completely fully fledged. You know, hey, yeah, this is a 60-hour RPG, my man. Like, you know, we didn't go short on this at all. Here, you can hang out with Max. But that's some good 1980s, late 80s Big Sister energy and style. It is not fair, you're correct. I need to go from Red Eyes. Hope our stream goes well. Thank you, Paperweight. I'll probably, if we have anyone to slide over, we'll slide over and see you at the end of it. But I hope your stream goes well. Thanks for stopping by. It was always good to see you. It feels like we've been locked in here forever. It's been 2 hours and 4 minutes. I have an idea. The dog talks. Will it get us out of here? Maybe. This room is so small, we should try shrinking. But I don't know how to shrink. Neither do I. Maybe if we just crouch down and think small thoughts. That'll never work. Watch me try. There he goes. Very cool. Yeah. This would be a very, very late 8-bit platformer. There wasn't a lot that would be able to handle like this level of graphic fidelity. So yeah, they're really pushing the hardware here. Press up to get bigger. Let's get small near the dog. Does that matter? It does! Cool! There you are. I can't believe the shrinking actually worked. Isn't it great? There's so much more room to move around. If you want to meet me later, find me back on this roof. Alright, so presumably there's an adventure to be had in here. Eleanor, what do you want? Do you know a way out of this room? Are you stupid? You're standing in front of a door. I mean, a room, way out of the big room, all of this. I knew what you meant the first time, just messing with you. I might know something about getting in here, but it costs you 20 shinies. Shinies, gee, you don't know much, do you? They're little shiny things, look a bit like stars. Ever since they fell out of the sky 2 years ago, everyone's been using them for money. So, the old lady knows how to get out of here, but will only budge if you give her money. Digger, go away, this door isn't for you. Correct. And then, presumably this is a bad bug. Super Ultra Mega Pokemon E! Good morning! Thanks for stopping by. Greetings at 10 minutes before your driving test. Good luck. Best of luck on your driving test. Be safe. Right? But do well. I hope it all goes exactly the way you want it to, man. I'm rooting for you. Plasknite. This power outlet is the property of King Mittens. All right. With the kill this thing with these. Sure do, but to what end? I must ask you to stand back. King Mittens doesn't want to be anyone approaching the base of the Great Door. But what if I want to open the door so I can get out of here? The power that unlocks the door lies way above me. In Doorknob Palace. You have to go there and plead your case before King Mittens. Let's get big. Alright, so this lets us kind of move around, like, the map, is what it seems like, right? So, like, and now we'll get small up here. So this is like it's neat. It's like an overworld, this inner area. That's kind of cool. Alright, so if we bring this block up here, maybe we can jump high enough now? Sure can. But is that going to be enough? It is not enough. How the hell are we supposed to get up here then? What's this little sprite here? Can you re-grab the block after jumping? Let's try that. Doesn't seem like it. No, because the grab is like a bend down and really hold on to it. But I can lob it up there. Oh, here we are. We got it. We got it. We got it. This is cool. This is fun. I like the idea of this. I'm trying to think about a late 8-bit platformer that would look like this. And my brain keeps going to Little Samson. I keep referencing Little Samson. But that's, yeah. What am I going to do here? You know what I mean? It's what I'm thinking of. Fuck you. Do they respawn down here? Video game? Do they respawn somewhere? I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, shit. We could probably bring that thread over, maybe? Or maybe we don't need all of... Gotta focus here. Gotta focus. Alright, here we go. Hoi! Air control is good, but a little tiny bit wonky. Alright, bring this thread with us. But yeah, exploring this giant world, this is cool. This is fun. Up, up, up. That's 25 of the... What, we needed 20 shinies? What are those? If I can only get to them. So I think if I hadn't smashed those blocks accidentally, we would have been in a better shot. If I get big and we get small again, does it reset the level? He asks. Answer is yes. Okay. Apparently just don't do that. Don't smash them into each other. That's the only rule. No! Oh! I thought for sure they were going to collide. Alright, go get the thread. I'm assuming we need that thread as well. Yeah, this is cool. I'm glad. I was kind of bummed out on that Disctonia game of that just not being, like, fun. That we're out here having fun on multiple games real quick. So this is good. Gotta leave one behind, because that's gonna help us get up here. Throw this one over there. Throw this one over here. Make our way up. Up, up, up. Get on top of it. Throw that up there. That's a little high, but that's fine. We can make that work. These, I guess, are more stuff we can throw. Come on, just get up here. Bonus shiny. And what's in this little hole up here? Some cool exploration going on here with the game. I guess we could pick up these and just huck this at this dude. So it's kind of like, it's slightly a open world platform. I don't want to, open world's a strong word. It's exploratory. It's very much about looking at this big room and thinking, if I got small, what would be the thing I'd do in there? Like, that seems kind of cool. Like, I wasn't overthinking, but I'm like, oh, that bookcase, can we get up there? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Enemies don't seem to be a problem yet. They're just kind of there. I'm sure at a certain point they're going to change that around. I don't know what happens if we take damage or what taking damage looks like. Presumably we lose shinies. There's no health. There's no lives. What happens if I try to get big here? Okay, it kicks us out. Oh, we're in the painting now. Really? Mold growing from the water dripping down, I guess. Can't go in there. That's the water falling, isn't it? Alright, maybe we'll go visit the old lady who wanted us to get 20 shinies. And then, see what's up next. What is that? That's like a... I think she wanted 20, right? Again, this is the audio. I can't help but notice that the audio on this seems way more sophisticated. Right, this is not the sort of square wave, sine wave, triangle wave shit you would normally get like on like an NES. There's like a... It's not quite FM synthesizer to me, but it's way more sophisticated. It's like a sound card. Alright, so can I just gently place this down? Which is what I want to do. Yes. And, alright, so it seems like a lot of it revolves around, like, platforming up. There's a door behind here. Platforming up. By picking up these little blocks and carrying them with you and read. This is fun. This is good. It's a pleasant, late 8-bit platformer. Some fun ideas. I'm into it. Really? All this to get the star? And it's just a question of, like, getting all the stars and stuff, right? So, I guess that's maybe why I was thinking, like, an open world style game, because there's a collectibles aspect to this. I'm like, where would they hide shit? Maybe that's why I was feeling that. Start all the way at the top. Let's go in the door. Alright, so this is the other side that we never got through, but they just made us big over there. Alright. Friend or foe, Cricket? Answer is foe. We do have health. I had discovered that health exists. We invented health in this game. Alright. So this old lady over here. Health heals yourself when you, I guess, exit the level. Here you go. Here's your 20 shinies, bitch. Will you talk to her? Pay 20... Yes. I'm pressing A to skip past the text, not to answer. Now let me answer your question. If you want to get out of this room, you're going to have to talk to Mittens. Mittens. Yeah, that's my cat. He always did whatever he normal pleased. But since the shinies fell, he's been drunk with power, declared himself a king, and built a palace inside of the doorknob. He's even got a bunch of oversized parasites he's bossing around. His power to open a door for you, but it won't come cheap to convince him. If you're serious about getting out, you better gather as many shinies as you can. Here, take this. It'll help you deal with the bugs roaming around these parts. Glove! You can now pick up enemies. Great. Answers that question. Asked and answered. So this dude, right? Or you could pick them up, but why? If I throw this at the guard, is that a bad idea? It is not a bad idea. Alright, that's Mini and Max. That's really cool. I'm very interested in that. Escape from the storage room. Collect at least 100 shinies. One of our largest games to date. It pays homage to several UFO soft titles that preceded it. That's a really fun little game. The games from today are mostly good. Lords of Disconia I didn't care for. But this is a nice combination. They're getting... I'm excited because they seem like they're getting better. And maybe that's part of the point. Is it's like kind of like representative of them as like, hey, as a development studio, they're really getting their legs underneath and understanding how to create a game. Am I overthinking it? I don't know. But for the most part, like I didn't care for Camouflage at all. I feel like that's maybe not a game. Golfaria, I don't like a role-playing game. I don't like that stroke count. That kind of annoys me. I like a golf RPG, right? In fact, Golf Story for the Switch, great game. Love that game. In fact, I think that's one of the better uses of the HD Rumble, which I fear is they're going to drop on the next Switch. But that's a really nice functionality if they use it to get like some real nuanced subtlety in the Rumble. Like they did, like it almost felt like there were like buzzers and stuff in the game. It was really cool. But as we get down here, these are really all picking up, and you just get to the question like, hey, is it my style or not? Right? Like Mortal, yeah, it's not really my style. Fistel is executed well, but it's a zombie beat 'em up. But this stuff is all fun. This is all really good. All right, let's look at Pilot Quest. Let's dip into here and see what we can see. What have we accumulated? 6,762 moon drops. 168 moon ingots. 9 silk. We're not that worried about the silk. So, yep. Turn our moon drops into 7 ingots. Alright. Click on through there. Alright. Use our ingots to make science. And we have 220 science, and that's it. So, presumably tomorrow, by tomorrow, again, I'm going to do the same thing I did before, which is I'm just going to let this run in the background. Every so often, I'll drop in on the game, see how the game's doing, cash in, right? Exchange moon drops for ingots, exchange ingots for science, and then try to like maybe get more meat. So when we come in tomorrow, hopefully all the numbers, all the resources will be red. But other than that, I don't plan on proceeding with anything. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to buy this here wizard yo-yo, and then find these last couple pieces. But yeah, I might look up a FAQ on this because I don't particularly enjoy meandering around the overworld like that. So maybe I'll look that up. But tomorrow, at the very least, we'd be looking at Combatants, which is an ant strategy game. Fun. That sounds good. Quibble Race, strategy simulation. Seed world of Quibble Racing sometimes takes shady... That sounds interesting. Seaside Drive, arcade shooter. Complete with nothing like a long drive with plenty of gunfire. Campanella 3, which I'd be excited for the pilot to return to doing with this. Flying to Campanella through deep space. And Cyber Owls, platform, shooter, strategy. Super weapon threatens to destroy the world, and it's up to the Cyber Owls to save the day. We launched our latest game alongside an original comic book series, right? The final entry in the Campanella series, it features 3-dimensional scrolling. If it flies like the ship does in these titles, I'm fine with it. If it flies differently, I might not be as happy. The first game, directed by artist Shane North, who also crafted this game's unique visual style. April 89, the game quibbles along with the original sci-fi universe developed for a board game many years before. And then Mr. Nimura created this version, the vision for this highly innovative strategy game. All right, so a lot to look forward to. And then once we could start to talk about the future. Once I've played through all of these, I think I'll play at least a couple of these. I still think there's something here. There's a meta game, right? There's something here where else, what's the point of this terminal, right? There's more to this, right? There's a meta game to be played, and maybe explore that a little. But yeah, once I get through all 50 of these games, I think part of it would be a question of like, hey, Paperweight, do you want to play any of these? It sounds like it's supposed to be couch co-op stuff, but you can invite people to play through Steam. So if Paperweight does start playing it, then maybe we'll get together and try to crack some of these games. I only got gold on one of the games. It wouldn't be a bad idea to expand. But there's other games I want to get into as well. I would like to get back to The Binding of Isaac. So once I hit all 50 of these, that would be what? Thursday? And then Friday, maybe you say Friday, today's Wednesday, tomorrow will be Thursday. Maybe we'll say Friday, we'll go through and pick out some of these ones that we like more and see if we can't like start unlocking shit with it. And then next week, who knows what next week will bring, right? That'll be a good question. But except for the Dystonia game, those were 3 really good games today. I'm very happy, super excited for the next ones. All right, so we'll start to kind of do a bit of a wrap up here. What do we got? We got 2 people watching, so I don't know if we're gonna we'll raid even if it's just us. We'll go raid Paperweight because he'll appreciate it. But yeah, that's more or less what I'm going to be getting into today. So give out shout outs. Well, I'll give a shout out to Paperweight. Hey Paperweight, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Long time no see. It's sometimes hard for him and I to get together. Weird time zone differences, and we also stream at similar times. But it's always nice when he stops by. Super Ultra Mega Pokemon E. I know you're only by for a little bit. I hope your driving test went well, man. I'm rooting for you. When you get a chance, stop by again and let me know how that worked out. But yeah, hopefully, it all goes exactly the way you want. And to everyone else who's watching, I'd like to thank you for watching. I appreciate when you guys watch me play video games. You didn't have to watch me play video games. You could have played video games yourself. You could have done something utterly unrelated to video games entirely. You could have watched a movie. You could have watched... Well, let's reach into the annals and celebrate. You could have watched Conan the Destroyer. No, the Barbarian. You could have watched Conan the Barbarian in light of my belated, hey, sorry, James Earl Jones Jr. died. That's Source of Doom. You could have watched a good sword and sandals sorcery sword movie. You could have watched Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Also Conan the Destroyer, because I liked Wilt Chamberlain in that. They're just a lot of fun. It's my understanding, I didn't see the later phase Conan stuff, but from what I've read about Edgar Rice Burroughs type stuff, it like has nothing to do with Conan. Like it's not what Conan is at all, but it's so quotable. There's so many great scenes in it, and it's just so enjoyable. It's kind of like in my head, those 2 Conans, like those 2 Mad Maxes, are just kind of like this really neat referential period of time. They're really good illustrations of like time periods that did not exist or had not existed or perhaps will never exist. But you didn't watch Conan the Barbarian. You watched me play video games. I might never fully understand why you made that decision, but I appreciate you making it nonetheless. To everyone who wasn't watching me, I'd like to thank you for not watching me, because I appreciate when people don't watch me, because I appreciate when people leave me the fuck alone. Let's kick open our raid. Let's go see Paperweight. Why is he not on my list? Paperweight, there he is. 8 viewers. Man, Paperweight holding it down. We'll go see him, but he doesn't need me at all. And on that note, I hope everyone has a good day. Peace out and deuces. Be safe out there. Talk to you guys later. Bye.